Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my so-called healthy life. And this is my last day as my so-called healthy life. Tomorrow, this will officially be Peterisms. If you haven't noticed, I already changed the title of it because I just wanted to make sure that nobody went in there at the last minute and was like, steal. So anyway, I am so excited about it. It's gonna be basically like a living kind of memoir, or if you guys have ever read any, Chelsea Handler short stories about her life, or David Sedaris or Augustin Burroughs. It's gonna be very similar to that. So there will be some funny stories, some endearing stories, and I'm just super excited about it. And I wanted to do a story time channel that was, genuine stories from my life, no matter if they're hilarious or, something to learn from or lessons or whatever. But I am so excited about it. I have scripted out a lot. I have all kinds of holiday stories to tell. And I was actually thinking about how I wanted to say goodbye on here today, and I have no idea going forward in this video if I'm gonna get emotional. If I'm not gonna get emotional, you guys are gonna be like, well, you're not really changing anything, so why would you get emotional? Well, kind of because of what the topic is I'm gonna talk about. On Thanksgiving, my cousin Caroline had me down in her basement because she had redone her whole basement, and she was showing me around, and she has a storage room down there, and I noticed that she had 3 of these videotapes, and I knew immediately what it was because of the front cover, which I'm not going to show you because it's very personal information, but the front of it is her wedding invitation. And I said, is that your wedding invitation? And she said, or is that your wedding videotape? And she said, yeah. And she said, have you not ever seen it? And I said, no, I don't think I've ever seen it. And she said, your mom is on there. And I said, Caroline, I said, my mom will have been gone 10 years in May, in this upcoming year. I said, I don't have any voice messages of her. I haven't heard her speak. I don't have any tapes of her. I don't have any video of her. And this is one of the reasons why I've started my YouTube channel and my vlogs, is because I want to record people to be able to have them around in case, God forbid, something happens, and remember what times were like. And I said, I haven't seen my mom in 10 years. I haven't heard her voice. I haven't seen her. Nothing in 10 years. For the person out there that always comments on my videos, here comes the waterworks, fuck you, and get off my channel. So anyway, if I can't feel something in my life, then it didn't mean anything. And I wish for all of you that you feel as deeply as I do, in joy and in sadness. So she said, well, take it home, sweetie. She said, you just have a copy of it, and then you'll always have your mom close to you. I have not watched this video yet, and I think what I'm going to do is I was thinking, okay, I'll just watch it, but I'm not going to do that for views and shit like that. I'm going to watch it once by myself, and then I think I'm going to watch it with you guys. And it's just her reading the section from Corinthians about love. That was her favorite Bible verse of all time. And if you've heard me talk in my vlog channel about my mother, she was a woman of very strong faith. And she loved that Bible verse more than anything else. That, love is patient, love is kind. And so that will be one of the videos I do next week, probably on this channel. But I was in the basement, and I was actually looking for her eulogy because I thought that would be such an emotional way to send you guys off. I know. I'm always looking to get a tearjerker, I love tearjerker movies, so if I can pull that out. Okay, this is such a funny story, but I ran into the mother of an old patient of mine, that I had in treatment from he's literally 30 now, right? I ran into her today when I was picking up the prescription for my epilepsy medicine, and she, I saw her, I was like, oh my God, how are you? And we sat there and we talked for literally a half an hour in Costco. Do you ever do that, or is that an old people thing? So anyway, I talked to her for a half an hour, and she's part of this group of parents that get together and talk about addiction and stuff with their children that she's been a part of, literally for 15 years now. And I said, are you going tonight? And she said, yeah. And I said, do these people still go to the, she said, yeah, they all still come. And I said, please say, I said, hi, I miss them all so much, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going through. I always say this, the last 2 weeks before my sobriety date is December 17th, 1994. So if I make it there this year without drinking, I'll have been sober 23 years, and I should be dead. If I got what I deserved, I would be dead. And the life that I have been handed has been so magical and so just incredible the last 23 years. And I'm just so, even with my mother's passing, it's what an honor to be able to be present for that and sober. And I ran across so many people that have said to me, you don't know how lucky you are that you were sober during your mom's passing. I was using when my dad passed away or my brother passed away, and I still have issues with it today. So I feel very blessed to have been part of that and to have been able to spend 12, almost 13 years of sobriety with my mother because she got sober 6 months after I did. So we were very much a family of sobriety. It's what we talked about all the time. So, but I went into my basement today and I was looking for her eulogy because I read a eulogy at my mother's funeral. And I wanted to read what she had said, what I had said in her eulogy. And if you've heard me talk and hear about it or on my vlog, I can't remember. It's all about movies that we used to love. And it starts with the movie My Dog Skip, and it ends with the movie, why did I do this to myself today? It ends with the movie, The Way We Were, with Barbara Streisand and Robert Redford, which was one of my mom's all-time favorite movies. And at the end of the movie, it's about Katie and Hubble, this couple that just, they love each other so much that they're not supposed to be together, if that makes any sense. And at the end of it, he says, "See you, Katie," and then she runs across the street and she looks back at him and she says, "See you, Hubble," and that's how the movie ends. And I said that in my eulogy to my mom. If you guys don't want me to cry in videos, just leave it below and I just won't cry anymore. But that one person, not you. I don't care what you have to say. So anyway, you know who you are. You say it in all my videos. This box is literally all that remains of my mother other than 10,000 pictures that I have. It's like the stuff that I kept that do you even like know why you keep certain shit? Like I don't even know why I kept it. Like for example, let me just tell you. I have my mother's Pi Phi pledge book right here, okay? And this has all of the rules and everything in here about pet pledges, like in your pledge class, what you're supposed to do, seating charts, how you're supposed to sit, things you're supposed to say. It has all the pins, all the badges, I mean, it has everything. I mean, like, nobody's supposed to know. It's very secretive. So I have that. I'm taking something out to show you later. But anyway, and then I found, my mom said to me that she had left a letter for me and that I would find it when she was gone. She said that forever, okay? And I don't know if that letter still exists, but I have never found it. But her attorney, I called after she passed away and I said, "Do you have a letter for me?" And he was like, "No." And then like 2 years later, they were like, "We have a letter for you," and we found it and it's sealed. And so this was the letter that I got. That's my mom's handwriting. I used to think that I would get like 2 tattoos, one here with something that my mom wrote on here because she called me Mooney and my dad called me Loco. So I know. So I was gonna get Mooney in my mom's handwriting and Loco in my dad's handwriting on my wrists, and I never did that. But sometimes just seeing my mom's handwriting, you know, she would just like write me little notes and little things. And the thing about grief is, it's so fucking selfish, isn't it? I mean, grief is so selfish if you really want to be honest about it. Because really, we wouldn't want people to suffer anymore and pain. Grief is really about the fact that we're sad that they're not here with us anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, I have this. And the thing about the letter is, let me just tell you, she wrote it in 1990 when I was a senior in high school. It has like no bearing in my life. She's like, "I want my friend to have this book," and her friend passed away before she did. And I'm like, I thought you were gonna give me some great secret. There's nothing. I was so disappointed. I read it in the car in the parking lot of the attorney's office, and I remember I sat there and I like called Alex and I was like, "I don't know that I can do this." He's like, "You're gonna be fine, babe." And I was like, and I read it and I was like, "That's it? Like seriously?" And then I have, so my mother loved my cousin's son David so much, and here he wrote this letter about his aunt on there. And he said, "My aunt played with me. She even made me pretzels with me. She gave me her toys. We also fed the ducks. We got to see the police car right by her house. We swam in the pool. She told me lots of stories. But then she got sick. She got so sick that she died." And he put a little sad face, so I keep that in there. And then I have just like random notes of my mom's, pictures of my dad that she kept. I don't know what some of this stuff is in here, you guys, honestly. Some of these notes that I haven't really like, my mother has kept, I don't know if you guys have heard me say this before, but she kept journals from the time that she was 18 till the time that she passed away. I literally have a living journal of every thought that she ever had, and let me just tell you, sometimes it's too much, okay? But I've often thought about turning it into a book, but it's also a lot. I have my mom's baptism information. Here is my dad. This is 1977. Hey Dad, in your hot Adidas shirt. People think I look like him. I don't think we look that much alike, but look, he does have the Porsche Carrera sunglasses on. And my dad's cool. So anyway. People's Progress record about my mom. This is January of 1951. This is funny where they talk about her, something about she must continue to practice handwriting. But they say something on here about how she talks too much. That's why I kept it. And here's my mother's funeral announcement of her service. On and on and on. So anyway, there's something in here that I want to read you guys. I want to show you. Oh my God, look. Here's my dad. in Chicago holding me as a baby. This is 12/72, so I was 6 months old. And then, here's my mom and my dad going to my mom's house. My grandma, okay, look at my mother there. Can we just talk about my mother? Gorgeous. There's my grandma, my jailbird grandma that I talk about. So if you don't watch my vlogs, I found out after my mom's death that my grandmother had gone to jail twice for embezzlement. And there's my dad behind my mom, so. Aww. Okay. Family secrets. Secrets kill ya. Isn't that what they say when they say? Okay, hold on. Let me find one other thing, and then I wanted to show you. I actually talked about this in my vlog last night. So I thought, I couldn't believe I found it after I had talked about it in my vlog last night. But one year for Christmas, I gave my mom this book. And what it was a book of memories. And I just wrote down, I'll show you. So I got this little thing so this is a good idea for a Christmas present. It's super cheap. You know, I don't know how much this was, probably $6 or $7 at Barnes & Noble, but you could probably just use a paper one, make your own, staple it at the top. It doesn't have to be anything. You could do it so cheap. This was hands down my mother's favorite gift I ever gave her in life. And I gave it to her Christmas 2005, and I called it The Journey Through Our Memories. For Mother from Peter. And then Christmas 2005. And this is how I remember it. And then every page on here is just a different memory. And so I said, Mom, anytime you want to remember something about us, you can just finger foods and eyeball punch on Halloween. I've talked about that in my videos. And Go Dog Go, which was my favorite book when I was a kid. Playing Tennis with You and Andy. That was my mom's friend's daughter when I was growing up. Alfred Hitchcock movies, especially Rear Window. JoJo, which was my stuffed animal that my mom used to run this charity called Latrian in Indianapolis, and they would have this huge garage sale every year. My mom said I could have one toy, and I picked up this toy, and it was so weathered and beaten, and he has these, I have him still upstairs. He has these big fat legs, and my mom said, you can pick any toy, and I said, okay, I want him. And she said, why do you want him? And I said, because his name is JoJo, I want him, and he had a little JoJo name tag on his, oh, so cute. Yellow Dog was my other stuffed animal that I left in the church parking lot, and was full of stuffing. I have him as well. And my dad went back a week later and found him, and he had been driven over by cars and all kinds of stuff. It was this dog just this yellow knit dog that like my grandma's friend made when I was born or something. I was obsessed with this thing. Chimes of Freedom, which was my mom's favorite Bob Dylan song. Let's see. Oatmeal baths for chicken pox, because I got chicken pox really, really bad. Listening to you tell stories. Come full circle, I guess. Little House on the Prairie. Shopping in Edinburgh. Running through the sprinklers and making water slides with trash bags. Our advent calendar with Yellow Dog. She made me an advent calendar, and it had like all of my favorite things on there. Her reading at Caroline's wedding. Because this is so funny, and I haven't seen this in the video, because I haven't seen the video yet, because I've been waiting, but like she had this huge like straw brimmed hat on, and every time she went up like that, because my mom was real short, it hit the microphone. Our Christmas tree with the red lights. Talking around our island in our old kitchen. You supporting gay rights. Atticus Scout, Jim, Calpurnia, and Dill. The smell that only smells good like you, coming home wherever you are, and it just gets sweeter every day. I love you. I don't think that you guys could ever possibly understand or imagine, and because I've been so accused of being this huge, disingenuous, unauthentic, phony the last couple days, I just want to thank you guys out there that watch this channel, watch all of my channels. You have no idea what it's like for me to be able to share my life with you and relive it. It is truly, truly, truly a gift. And I am so excited about this next step. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. I'll see you tomorrow on the other side. Bye.